Hey guys, in today's video we're going to talk about the investment potential of the Shang-Chi Lego set Battle at the Ancient Village. Let's get into it. Hey guys, so the first thing I want to talk to you about is the importance of the source material the Lego set that we're investing in is based on. Now, to provide an example, I'm going to look at the Eternals movie. Now, this movie was not a good movie. It was really criticised by fans and critics alike, and it basically really underperformed and was pretty much described as one of Marvel's worst movies. And I think you've got to ask yourself, if a movie is that unpopular, who's going to want to buy merchandise, or in this case Lego, associated with a movie they didn't enjoy? And I think that's a point that we need to really understand, because the Lego Eternals Lego sets, they've basically really underperformed. These sets are always on sale, but they never sell out. So to me, I think that's a direct consequence of the movie being pretty terrible. Now, looking back at this set, the Shang-Chi set, the Shang-Chi movie, it's done well. The movie was well received. Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb, good scores. You know, it's a real popular movie, it's a popular franchise, and therefore I think fans are going to want to buy merchandise associated with it because they enjoyed it. Now, that popularity is why the Shang-Chi Lego set could just do quite well. So, you know, it's always important to consider the source material. Oh my god, it's bright here today. That was a sunny dog walk. The weather's crazy in the UK at the moment. It's like being abroad. But anyway, the second point I want to bring to your attention is the fact that this Lego set, this Shang-Chi set, is a retailer exclusive. It's exclusive to John Lewis in the UK. Now, we love retailer exclusives. Basically, in theory, it should mean that there should be less supply on the aftermarket, because any, shopper looking to buy this set can only buy it in one retailer alongside Lego, in this case, John Lewis. Now, as I said, it should mean less supply in the aftermarket and therefore less competition. And less competition should, I say a lot of emphasis on the word should, mean that we should be able to get the price points we want faster and quicker. As I always say should, because sometimes I think retail exclusives are Lego sets, particularly that Lego investors focus on more than others, and it could actually mean they're over-hoarded. But in general, they do perform well, so I think that's a plus for this one. So I also wanted to bring to your guys' attention the fact that this Shang-Chi set right here is only one of two that Lego have produced. And I think that this limited selection, this limited availability, could do great things for the Shang-Chi set. Because the other one that's available is the Escape from the Ten Rings set, and this was a Smith's Toys exclusive in the UK. But to me, out of the two of them, that set looks quite weak. I think this is the much more impressive one, and I think any Lego Shang-Chi fan, if they had a choice, in my opinion, they'd probably choose this one over the Escape from the Ten Rings set. And I think the fact that this Shang-Chi theme has had such limited selection could do quite good things for the investment potential. And to provide an example, I'm going to look at the Black Widow movie and the fact that only one Lego set was released for that movie. It was the Black Widow helicopter chase. Now, that set, similar to this one, was a retailer exclusive to the entertainer, but that set has done great things. I mean, on eBay, like 6-7 months on, it ranges from £30 to about £50, and this retailed at £24.99 in the UK, so it's a great initial return on investment on that set. And in my opinion, I think that set has done better than you'd expect, because the fact that it was the only Lego set that was released alongside that movie. And I think that in turn has kind of bottlenecked any Black Widow Lego fan into only choosing that set, because that's the only set available. So if you want Black Widow Lego, you have to buy that set. There's no selection. You can't choose a better set and not get that one. That's the only set available. So if you want Black Widow Lego, you have to buy that one. And I think the fact that that limited availability kind of transfers over to the Shang-Chi sets, because there's two, so there's double, but there's still only two. And as I said, out of the two of them, I think that this one right here, the Battle at the Ancient Village, is much more impressive. So I think any, future Lego Shang-Chi buyer next year, if they want to buy Shang-Chi Lego out of the two of them, I think they'll choose this one. And I think, again, that limited availability, limited selection will really, again, bottleneck the buyers into choosing this set. And I think that's why it could do quite well. Okay, so next I want to bring to your attention the fact that this set right here is basically minifigures and a dragon, and you really can't understate the impact that a Lego set that features a dragon has on the desirability and popularity of that set. I mean, for me personally, in my experience of Lego investing, Lego sets that feature dragons do quite well. In my experience, I did quite well on the Hungarian Horntail Harry Potter set that retired back in 2020. This set retailed at 30. You could often get it for its whole shelf life for about 20. And as soon as that set retired, it went up to about £45 straight away. And you're talking about a great return there. And in my opinion, I think it was purely the fact that it featured the Hungarian Horntail. People love Lego dragons, and the fact that this set right now is also a Lego dragon, and the set is essentially a Lego dragon, and very similar to that set, the Hungarian Horntail Tri-Wizard Tournament set is basically a dragon and 4 minifigures. Obviously, they're different themes and different franchises, but I really don't think you can undervalue or understate the impact that a dragon has in a Lego set. They're just really desirable pieces, and they've served me well. And I think again, it's a big pull to why this set might do quite well. Okay, so lastly, to summarise the good points about this set, is the fact that at the start of this video I talked about how well received the initial Shang-Chi movie was. Well, it was so well received, a sequel is already being confirmed. So we can look at that confirmation as the fact that there's going to be a selling window for this set later down the line, where interest should spike again because there's a new movie to keep it relevant, to keep it popular. Now, as long as that sequel doesn't have the same impact that the last season of Game of Thrones had on that franchise, where for me personally it kind of ruined the whole thing, we can be quite confident that the second Shang-Chi movie will cause a spike of interest in this set, and therefore provide a great selling window for us to offload it for the profit we want down the line. So now let's move on to the negatives. I don't have too many negatives about this set, but there's always some negatives. And the first negative is that this set retails in the UK at $34.99. It's, as I said, exclusive to John Lewis, and the maximum discount John Lewis normally do is about 20% off, and that can come via a range of different offers, but 20% seems to be the most they do. If you combined that with a discount on gift card, etc. via your work scheme, you're probably paying the cheapest for this set about £26 to £27. Now, if we want to get that benchmark of about 100% return on investment, and basically that would mean we'd have to sell it on eBay with a final value offer for about £56 and upwards. Is that a reasonable target? Yes, I would say so if you bought it for that cheaper price. I don't think a Lego set, especially on eBay these days, for about £50 to £60 is too expensive. So I think you could get there, maybe not initially, but say a year or 2 years, I could see you comfortably selling this set for about £55 and upwards. If you paid the full retail price on the other hand of £35, it would mean you'd have to sell this for 70 upwards with a final value offer on eBay to really try and target that 100% return on investment marker. Is that reasonable? Is that feasible? I don't think so. I think you might get less than 100% return on investment if you pay the retail price for this, initially selling it in the first few years on the aftermarket. I think it's a great set, but I think it's quite a small set, and I think we really want to get the price, as I said, with that better discount that John Lewis provide to really get the maximum returns from this set. So that's one negative I have. And basically the other negative is the fact that even though there is a Shang-Chi movie being announced, there's no release date in sight. So there's so many Marvel projects coming out at the moment. Hopefully Shang-Chi is not pushed to the back. But say if it was pushed to the back, then it might be a longer hold than we would want on this set to really get that secondary spike I previously talked about in interest. So you've got to take that into account as well. But final thoughts on this set. I do think it's good. I think it's great if you can buy it for that cheaper price point. I think the fact that there's limited availability, limited selection of the Shang-Chi sets in general. I just overall like the aesthetics of the design. I think it's great. It comes with exclusive minifigures too, so it ticks a lot of boxes to be a good Lego set. And basically, it's one that I have noticed as well. It's not really discussed that much on the Lego communities as well. So I think it's one that also might be slipping under the radar. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you do, you know what to do. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheerio.